everybody, it's Gina here at the Library Mouse, and today we are going to do the rapid fire book tag thanks to Ellen over at Ellen Made Book Club. She tagged me. I am here with Huckleberry. You know how Renee always has a co-host over at Beyond Books? Well, Huckleberry is going to be it today, I guess. So the premise of this prompt is there's a lot of prompts in this tag, but you're supposed to go fast. I'm only going to do a few right now, and when I revisit this, you may see me in a different spot. So we'll see how it all goes. I have to tutor in a bit. So enough explanation. I will tag who created this tag below because I don't see it on Ellen's description when she tagged me, so I'll try to scout out who was the creator. Anyway, first, ebook or physical. I think they both have their own unique strengths, but I would choose physical over an ebook. I like the way books smell. I like the way they feel. I like the way you can hold them. It's a different reading experience than if you're just holding an ebook. I like all my senses involved, I suppose, in reading. That being said, ebooks are great when you're traveling. You don't have to carry like 5 books with you. Paperback or hardback. I prefer paperback. I prefer not a small paperback, you know, like Harlequin size. I don't like those. I like a bigger paperback. They're easier to hold. I don't know. There's just something more aesthetically pleasing to me to read a paperback. Online or in-store book shopping. If I don't know what I want to read, I will always be in store. I like browsing the shelves. I like seeing books with my own eyes. I like, you know, it harkens back to the, you know, I like the way it smells. I like the way it feels. I like to do my shopping in person if I don't know what I want. Now, if there is a very specific book, whoa, I hit Ellen as I'm reading the prompts. But if there's a very specific, especially nonfiction, if there's a very specific book that I'm like, this is the book that I want, I don't mind buying it online. But if I'm browsing, definitely in store. And I like quirky little bookstores. Plus, I usually go to clearance sections or used sections, and I find those in bookstores. Trilogies or series. I don't really read any series. But I have read trilogies. So I guess I'm going to say trilogies. But I really don't have a preference. I mean, if I like the book and I just want to keep reading, I'll take either. Heroes or villains. Oh, I like heroes. If they're a villain, I probably don't like them because they have characteristics that don't appeal to me. A book you want everyone to read. Okay, I don't know what book I want everyone to read. I really love A Garden Awakening by Mary Reynolds Thompson. I'll stick it up here. It's a beautiful hardcover book. I do own it, and I think it's important because it really talks about our relationship with nature and how we can establish that relationship like in our own backyard. You don't really need to go to a park. You can make your own yard, house, balcony, wherever. You can make that into your sanctuary, and you can be a good steward of the earth. And so I think that book is important. I recommend an underrated book. I'll come back to that one. The last book I finished was Wayward. It was 5 stars. It was so good. I loved it. if you've been thinking about it. Yeah, it's a really, really good book. The last book that I bought. What book did I buy? It had to have been a Goodwill book. I'll come back. I'm back. Not a different location, but different clothes, different day. Yeah, it's been crazy. So let me get back to the questions. And I know I left off on an underrated book. So I went to my old list of books and I pulled out one that I gave a 5-star to, but that it has an overall 3.6 on Goodreads. And I loved it. Now, the caveat is it is my favorite author. It's written by Elizabeth Berg. It is called Art of Mending. It's about a woman who goes to her family reunion in Minnesota. And when she gets there, though, she realizes something's not right with her sister. And her sister's kind of like the black sheep of the family. And she's really wrapped up in events that happened long ago. And so very often, you know, it's a reunion. It's when the siblings are all together and they hash things out. But it was just a very, very good book. So I definitely recommend it. I think it's underrated. Let's see. The weirdest thing I've used is a bookmark. Yeah, most things I use are not real bookmarks. So like candy wrapper, old Post-it note, a comb. I mean, anything I can find in the moment, I think, to stick in a book. But to be honest, if it's my own copy of a book, I just turn the page down. I know, don't come at me, but that's what I do. Let's see. Used books, yes or no? Of course, yes. Like, yes. Top 3 favorite genres: historical fiction, contemporary women's fiction, and I like middle grade. I like all genres of middle grade. I think middle grade books are generally, if it's a well-written middle grade book, it's well-written, you know. But then if I had to go with something else, I guess I would do suspense, maybe. And I do like nonfiction. Borrow or buy. I go to the library whenever I can. So generally, if I'm up in the air about a book, I will usually get it from the library. And then if I really, really, really like it, then I'll go buy it. It's very rare for me to buy, especially a fiction book, without reading it, because I'm just so wishy-washy about what I like in fiction. And I don't want to waste money buying a book that I don't know if I'm going to like or not. So I will borrow like 90% of the time, buy 10%. Character or plot? Character. I mean, I want a realistic plot. I don't like plots that you're like, oh, okay, that could never happen. But I really, really, really want to be invested in the character. Long or short books? You know, okay, so I thought about this. To be honest, if I am looking through like the Goodwill bookshelves and I pull out a book and it's like this big, I put it back. I want like a good chunky book. I don't want a giant one that's going to take me like a year to read, but I want enough of the book to like, I want it to have some meat to it. So I guess I go with medium long books. Can I say that? Long or short chapters? That doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Name the first 3 books you think of. Little House on the Prairie, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, and everything, what's the name of that book? Everything is Fine. Eleanor Oliphant. Those are my first 3 books off the top of my head. Books that make you laugh or cry. Laugh, please. I don't need to cry anymore. Our world or fictional worlds? Yeah, I like real worlds, unless it's like, I do like dystopian fiction. So I do like that. Scary, but I do like dystopian fiction. But I like realistic fiction, so I will say our world. Audiobooks, no, I don't like audiobooks for myself. My mind wanders a lot, and then I realize that I haven't paid any attention to what's been being read to me. Do you ever judge a book by a cover? Yes, I do, all the time, because that is what I'm trying. That is how I pick a book. Like, what catches my eye first. That's what pulls it down off the shelf. I have a very specific kind of cover that I like. I like matte. I like muted, realistic drawings. Let me give you an example. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Realistic, muted covers, matte. This is the size of book I like. This also was a really, really good book. But yeah, I will always, I might not read it because of its cover, but I definitely will pull it out and like look at it more than something like cartoony, like Emily Henry. Like those covers, I don't like. Let's see here. A book to movie or book to TV adaptations. Either or. Probably book to movie. Probably book to movie. Although I really did like the Firefly, Kristen Hanna Firefly Lane book to TV adaptation. I liked that. A movie or a TV adaptation you preferred more than the book. I really can't think of any. I think there's some that I really liked. The Guernsey Potato Peel Pie Literary Society movie was, I thought, very well done, and I loved the book and I loved the movie. I loved the Anne of Green Gables series with, it was done in the 80s. Megan Fellows. I thought that was very well done. So there's none that I prefer more than the book. Series or standalones. Usually I only read standalones. Not on purpose, but I don't know. I can't even think, well, I can think of the last series I read. I think it was The Traveling Pants, that long ago. Okay, and that was it. So, thanks for tagging me, Ellen. And that was fun. I like being able to answer quickly. And I will see you on the next video. Happy reading.